Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be taking a look at my first time getting hit with an orbital cannon in Grand Theft Auto Online. So the orbital strike, the orbital cannon, it's one of the most controversial things that Rockstar has added into the game. In case you're not sure what this is, it's a special add-on that you can put inside of the facilities, which is the newest property that was added in the Doomsday Heist. And for $500,000, you can manually target someone, and for $750,000, you can automatically target someone. And it's basically just a massive strike that comes from the sky and will basically kill you no matter what. The only way to prevent a strike like this is to go in passive mode or to be inside a building where guns cannot be present. Doesn't matter if you're underground or underneath cover, you will be killed by the orbital strike. And outside of maybe using the orbital strike with my friends or for the purpose of recording a video, I had never been hit with one of these in a public lobby or by someone random, someone that I didn't know, basically. And I think the reason for this is because the orbital cannon really normalized itself. People quickly realized that, number one, spending $750,000 on a kill isn't necessarily all that great for your profit and for your bottom line. And the fact that you have to wait 48 minutes or one whole day really discourages people from, consistently going back and doing it. I almost rarely ever see someone getting obliterated. However, I still think the orbital cannon is still really deadly and probably overpowered because one strike on a car show or someone delivering a special vehicle cargo or an import-export vehicle can completely ruin their session. And because everything has to be done in public lobbies, there's no way to avoid something like that. So now let's set up the scene. I'm going to show you guys my first time getting hit with the orbital cannon in Grand Theft Auto Online. So let's take a look at this. All right, so let's set up the scene how I was actually getting orbital striked for the first time. I had just joined a new lobby. I was just sort of recording some gameplay, doing some import-export stuff. And I noticed as I was leaving my lobby, someone said, "Hey, Mr. Boss for the win." I responded with, "Hey." And then someone replied, "WTF, is it the real one?" And then someone under that said, "Who's Mr. Boss for the win?" And whenever this happens, I always try and deflect this and say, no, it's a fake. Because typically when people find out I'm in a lobby, stuff like this obviously happens. So typically I'll say I'm fake or, please ignore me or something like that. Because I just want to be incognito and sort of anonymous in the lobby. I'm not trying to, cause any trouble or do anything like that. And so I always try to deflect my presence in a lobby. Now, what had happened is I was doing some import-export stuff. I had actually just successfully delivered a Fister 811 to my garage. I actually just left my CEO warehouse, and I'd already called in a helicopter to get me back to my office because what I was doing, I was just sourcing cars, selling them, sourcing, selling, sort of rinsing and repeating the process. And as I was in the process of waiting for my helicopter, I got absolutely obliterated by the first orbital cannon strike. So that was the first one right there. And in the chat, I was already planning on seeing this on something like YouTube or some other site a little bit later. So I was saying hi to that right there. And I thought that was going to be it. However, I spawned in and I immediately had an explosive on me. And I'm not sure what that was. It might have been from a Hydra or something like that. And then boom, there goes the second orbital strike. So it was two people that had teamed up. And that guy in the chat writes 1-0, like he's pointing to the scoreboard. So I thought that was pretty funny. By then, I figured I might have been in a lobby where a lot of people were going to do this. So I ended up quitting my CEO. Before I could get into passive mode, I got hit again. So literally back to back to back obliterated. And this guy writes on the scoreboard, wrecked, and then at 2-0 as well. I'm not even sure if these guys are part of the same crew or whatever, but I did think it was funny that they were keeping score of this whole thing. I was finally able to get in passive mode because I knew that was just going to continue if I obviously didn't get out of passive mode. And I'm getting into a vehicle, and I'm pretty sure a jet tries to kamikaze me. I'm not sure what's going on. Immediately, I knew this was not all that great of a lobby. And when I looked at the scoreboard, I figured they must have been in the same crew, but none of them were of similar rank. None of them had the same crew or friends. So it was really weird. It was just three random people in a lobby all decided to team up on me. Now, we do have to give a shout out to the biggest bro ever. So it's a guy in Migos We Trust. this guy saw that I got obliterated 3 times by the orbital cannon, and he reached out and he said, "Need help, Mr. Boss." And I just thought that was so cool. We saw a guy in the lobby who wanted to actually be helpful, which I thought was kind of unique. And then what was the funniest part of them all is after they end up using the orbital strikes, they leave. Like, that was their only purpose in there. Now, something else to note is those orbital strikes are not cheap. So I got hit with 3 of them. If all 3 of them used manual targeting, which I'm assuming they didn't, that's $1.5 million right there. That's a lot of money. That's more expensive than the majority of cars we see in the game. Well, what if it was $750,000 if all of them used automatic targeting? How much would that be? That would be $2,250,000. So I hope those 4 seconds of me getting blown up were worth the $2.25 million. All in all, I can't really be upset. I delivered the CEO cargo. Actually, I was doing import-export stuff, so I successfully delivered that, and I didn't end up getting that destroyed, which is quite nice. The biggest thing for me is that first one scared the crap out of me. So when I'm playing games, I'll typically have like my headset on, but at the same time, like when I'm waiting on like a helicopter to spawn in, I'll be looking on my other monitor, maybe doing some stuff, and all I heard was this like boom explosion. I literally jumped out of my chair the first time that it happened. I almost wish I had my face cam on at the time. I'm not sure why, if I was just recording gameplay, but it literally scared me so much. So you gave me a semi-heart attack, but that was pretty much it. And that right there is my first experience getting orbital striked in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'd say it was pretty uneventful, other than the fact that it was back to back to back, which I don't think happens to most people. Now, the final thing that's kind of interesting about this, and it's something I actually didn't pick up until I watched the footage again, when I died, I spawned at a hospital. I'm not sure why. Maybe that's a thing that happens with the orbital cannons when you end up getting killed by them. Instead of just spawning near where you were, you end up going straight to the hospital, which is what actually happened to me. So I never really knew that. I thought that was kind of cool. Would I like to get orbital striked in every lobby? Probably not, but I think Rockstar has at least put enough of a barrier up to prevent people from doing it all the time, because it does take a lot of money to kill someone, and of course you have that 48-minute wait. I think the biggest threat that the orbital strike offers is on things like car shows, which I think Rockstar could fix by making like a car show area, like imagine like a little dome or a bubble that's for car shows at maybe the airport or a hangar, where you can't use weapons. Things can't be orbital striked in there. That'd be like a dream come true. And then, of course, people doing CEO cargo stuff and like biker stuff, they have a huge target on their back anyways. So anyways, that was my experience first getting hit with the orbital cannon. It's been like 3 months since the Doomsday Heist has come out, and it was the first time I've really been killed by anyone with that. So I thought it was pretty interesting. Wanted to document it for you guys, as I'm sure some of you were pretty interested too. But anyways, that's all I've got for you guys in this video today. I thought this was pretty funny. Hopefully something you enjoy. Let me know, what has your experience been like with the orbital cannon in Grand Theft Auto Online? Do you use it all the time? Are you having it used against you? I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. Like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.